All right, let's go over the Brigand, the ranger that has become the Brigand. Let's see what we got over here. Okay, we start out with rapid fire and twin surge. Rapid fire is a ranged ability that we're not really going to be using because we're a melee guy. Twin surge restores stamina on the first hit. The second hit reduces target's damage by 20%. Two passive clusters in here, and we have taken a sweep that does a slash in front, buffs a group member with 10% damage bonus, and then there's a jab follow-up attack that does a knockdown and has a 100% crit mod. There's also disengage in here, it allows you to dash back and puts you into a ranged tray. You might use that to actually just disengage from a fight, but overall we will be jabbing and knocking things down, doing some damage. Then we have force step in here, which is just a blink, gap closer. The second part of it is a attack that will apply a slow. We have a cross slash in here that will apply a bleed to our target. Very straightforward. More passive things in here, some tanky stuff. Survivalist passive, chance to remove toxins or bleeds when they get put on us. We have draining blades in here. If we're in melee, we get 10% lifesteal, making us a little bit tankier. Than the concussive trap in here that will just allow us to put down a trap that will stun targets. They last for a minute. You can put down as many as you can. Then the Brigand itself, as a melee damage roll, we just get some attack power here, some weapons and everything, but we don't get any mill or plate. We're still a leather. The enhancements of the Brigand, we have a sweep in here. Well, we already had a sweep. We get a barrier when we use it and a movement speed increase, so that's the jab or disengage follow-up skill. The trap can now be placed from stealth. That's some nice utility in there. And the twin surge, that will do more damage against bleeding targets. How much more? I don't know. It just says more. All right. Well, we'll just go with more. Then we have a passive in here from the shadows. Our stealth is increased, our movement speed is increased in stealth, and for 10 seconds after we exit stealth, all of our attacks count from as behind the target, and we have movement CC immunity. So no roots, no snares, no slows for 10 seconds. The other one here is the surprise strike. It is an attack that can only be used when we're in stealth. It does the damage, and the big bleed though is a big bleed. 16 seconds of 300 bleed damage every 2 seconds, so that's 8 ticks of them. That's a lot of damage. Passive cluster in here, crit damage, damage bonus behind, etc. Just damage, right? And then we have taken the shadow domain to unlock some of these things. We have taken a Night Stalker in here. So during the night, we have Vampire Sight, increases our perception, farsight, and stealth and movement speed in stealth by 25%. And we have feeding time, a chance for my attacks to give me more lifesteal and attack power. And then we have Black Mask in here. When we use this, we do 15% more damage. It only counts from behind, but when we exit stealth, we get this little buff. So we pop that right after we exit stealth to just do more damage. And we get a 10 damage bonus for stealth abilities and the next ability that we use after we pop out of stealth. We have put a hunter in here, which will increase our perception and detects enemies in stealth. Also increases group attack power, and it would remove exposed state. Can be used in stealth, and some weapon finesse in here to increase our power efficiency. So we use a little bit less energy on our abilities. Very straightforward. That is how we've built this guy. Let's start from our stealth tray over here. We have our concussive trap, which we can put in stealth, and we will stay in stealth. As you can see, we also move quite fast in stealth now, right? That's kind of nice. Then our number 3 is the stealth detection. So that is this guy's role in a large-scale raid. We are a stealth guy, and we detect stealth. So we are just a gigantic stealth detector. That's kind of all the use I could find for this this particular role, but it's still useful. Still useful. Anyway, our number 2 ability is something we get to use out of stealth, and that is just a big old damage thing with a big bleed on top of that. Then let's go through the bar on what the abilities look like in here. Our number 1 is a racial. You probably don't want to be an Elkin for this particular build, but you know, don't really go over the racials that much. But it's just a charge with a stun at the end, I believe, or was it a knockdown? It's a knockdown actually. Okay, our number 2 ability is nice though. That is a gap closer and a slow follow-up attack, and then we have a jab bomb, just 2-part attack that will do the little bit of a buff and has a knockdown in there. Then we have another bleed in here and a cross slash, literally just a bleed. And then our number 5, the laceration, does some other shenanigans in there, restores some stamina and applies a weapon break. And that is about all this guy has, right? So like I said, the utility he offers is just being a gigantic stealth detector. What you want to do is literally just assassinate targets that are alone, or when a focus target gets called, you try to get on top of them, right? Get your things up, put a trap down, engage with this thing, and then you just kind of use all of your abilities. The problem he also has is the energy consumption. As you can see, we've used our abilities, all of our energy is almost down. We use a gap closer, use our abilities again, and now our energy is out. So then we gotta get out again, and we don't really have much. We've got this ratio in here to run away, or you have to wait for your disengage cooldown to be ready again, to like properly disengage. That's the sweep here. That looks something like this. Looks very cool though. Just dash away and leap away. The ultimate will provide us with more lifesteal for 30 seconds, or until we've restored 30% of our max health. So we are kind of a tanky melee guy. If we get in there with the lifesteal from our passives and our ultimate, we do get to just attack some things for a while. But there's going to be a lot of auto attacking in here because energy goes down quickly. I don't know if his damage is good enough to really be called a good assassinator. This is just kind of like a glorified stealth detector that we have made here. I couldn't really find a different angle to make this guy useful. Maybe in very small scale PvP this is a lot better, but large scale, probably not the best choice out there.